Hello everyone, and welcome to another review. Today we're going to go ahead and review a fragrance from the house of Xerjoff. The fragrance we're going to review today is called Mamluk. Now, Mamluk was released in the year of 2012. I actually opted to buy the Discovery set. The thing that you just saw was the actual retail bottle, which only comes in one size and 50 milliliters, and it's going to run you about $310. I bought the Oud Star set, and this contains little 15 milliliter bottles of each of the Oud Star set, and this is Mamluk. This is, again, 15 milliliter bottle, and the whole set is going to run you about $225. So even if you're interested in like 2 or 3 of them, I would highly suggest going with the set, but it's all in your personal preference. If you like a particular scent a lot, feel free, go nuts, go for that scent, but it is going to be a little bit more expensive. On the other side, you're getting a much better presentation with the $310 purchase. So if presentation is something for you, then you probably want to go in that. This is pretty much just glass bottle, Mamluk written on the side, and pretty much a long decant. All right? So with that, let's go ahead and get right into the notes of this fragrance. The notes consist of musk, osmanthus, jasmine, amber, benzoin, vanilla, bergamot, oud, honey, and caramel. Now, the first thing that strikes me as soon as I spray this scent is honey and caramel. That comes right off immediately. You just get this nice honey caramel scent. As the fragrance begins to develop, give it about another 10 minutes, you start to get a lot more of the jasmine. Honey, caramel, and jasmine. And as this is one of those fragrances that as it keeps developing, as more time comes on your skin, you start to get more notes. It starts to reveal itself a little bit more. So while it starts off as just sweet honey and caramel, you start to get a little bit more of the jasmine. And the jasmine fits in well with it, with the floral. It doesn't make it a feminine scent at all, but it still keeps it masculine smelling. Now, as it kind of reveals that a little bit more, I would say that it starts to reveal a little bit more of, it gets even sweeter with a little bit more vanilla, and you can start to get a little bit of the animalistic oud smell coming from it. Now, oud is, if you smell raw oud is rotting wood, basically. It's a very deep, rich, and sometimes, I guess you could say, aggressive, animalistic type of a scent to it. So that's what actual oud smells like. At least that's how I describe it. And this one, it's like they attempted to cover that same oud with a lot of honey, jasmine, caramel, and sweet smelling notes. So to the authentic oud, I actually think this is a great gateway fragrance to authentic oud, if you will. It's one that is very unique on that aspect. All those honey notes and all that sweetness, it still can't betray its animalistic side to it. So it still comes off. You still get that oudy smell from it. Now, the one thing that I will say though is this scent also waffles a bit on one's skin. This is definitely one that you should try out on your skin before you form any conclusions. Even though what I said here, it highly depends on how it's going to mix with your skin. I've noticed with a lot of animalistic fragrances, it really just depends on how it goes with your skin, and this one is absolutely no exception to that rule. Spray-wise, I go between 1 and 2 sprays. Why? Because it's a beast. This fragrance is a beast and has projection for days, it has sillage for days, and it lasts well over 20 plus hours. You'll have a hard time after you spray this one on, if you want to scrub it off, scrubbing it off, because it seeps into your skin. It's got a high oil content. It's just a fantastic fragrance from a performance standpoint. Now, season-wise, I think it's a great fall and winter scent, and I do think it's a little bit too cloying for the summer once it actually starts to get warm. Just too cloying for my taste. It's really heavy on it, and you can really potentially offend a bunch of people around you. If that's not your concern, go nuts. The age group, I think it's more of a mature fragrance because of the oud that's in the scent. So I think age group wise, if you're in college and beyond, basically, beyond college, if you're out of college, I think you can pull this one off. But it actually brings me to where you would actually pull it off. That's where I think this fragrance actually has a problem with. I think it's a great casual scent, but outside of that, there are not too many scenarios where I can really envision wearing this. Maybe an upper class high scent, but other than that, it's a scent that to me that smells great, but not necessarily a great smell on a person. There are a lot of fragrances that I consider great smelling fragrances, but are a little bit harder to wear, and this kind of falls in that category for fragrances, for me at least. Compliment wise, this did get compliments. This gets sorry about that. This gets compliments because of the fact that it projects like crazy and it smells sweet. People are definitely going to notice you, and they're probably going to comment that you smell good. Now, I will say that if you come across somebody who is not a fan of that animalistic scent, the animalistic scent more lies closer to you rather than out in the open. So I didn't experience any negative comments from this, but I think there is a potential for it. So just be aware of that. So if I'm going to go ahead and give this fragrance a rating, I give this fragrance a rating a 7 out of 10. Why do I give it a 7 out of 10? Well, a couple reasons. On the positive side, it's a great smelling scent. I think it's an interesting take on oud. It's very unique, and it's done its job as far as smelling good. I think it's a great winter powerhouse fragrance. Fragrance that you can wear in the cold weather that's going to project, and people are going to think you smell great. It's definitely on those lines. It's very unique, and it's an intro oud if you're looking for oud fragrances or to get into ouds. And I think it's also great if your skin matches on it. Now the negative for the fragrance. The negative is that it's not versatile at all. I don't think it's very versatile. I can't really find that many scenarios to wear it in, or that I would be comfortable in wearing it in. I think it's a very I think because of the oud animalistic notes to it, I think you have to be very careful with it depending on depending on how it mixes with your skin. It has the potential to really offend you and some other people around you. So just make sure that it fits with your skin. And the final thing that I think is a negative against it is the fact that it's very expensive. 50 milliliters for $310 is nothing to sneeze at. So for that reason, obviously everyone has a different price point, but I think you have to really like this set in order to justify purchasing it. I think the smarter buy is if you like one or two of the oud fragrances that are in there, or two or more, I would say, then go with the Oud Stars Discovery set rather than the full bottle. All right? So let me know what your thoughts are on Mamluk. Thank you, take care of yourselves, and have a great day.